So the louder the better. The louder the better, Barb. Louder the better. Huh? Who? Oh. Hey. Oh, okay. The World Hockey League semi-final was in 20. Hello everybody and welcome to Mendoza in Argentina for the second match on day 3 of the Women's Champions Trophy. It's England against the host and defending champions Argentina. Well, it's a glorious day here in Mendoza. It's around 30 degrees. It's so much warmer than the last 2 days, and this is the Pool B standing. Australia and Germany have played their 3. Now it's Argentina against England. England need to avoid a 2-0 defeat to go bottom of the pile. If they lose 2-0, then England and Germany will be back tomorrow for a shootout to decide who finishes 3rd and who finishes 4th. And with the bottom place team in Pool B playing the top place team in Pool A, which in all likelihood will be the Dutch, it is very important that England finish 3rd or better. Argentina, well, they love playing at home. The atmosphere in the stadium will be electric. It might not be quite as intense on the previous days because we're playing mid-afternoon rather than late in the evening. And there's a little presentation being made at the moment to Georgie Twigg, who wins her 100th England and Great Britain cap, and Sally Monday, the Chief Operating Officer, Chief Executive of England Hockey, makes the presentation to the England number 7. Congratulations to her. Now the presentation has been made. We'll have the national anthems first of England and then of Argentina.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save our Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us.
usual patriotic fervour that greets the Argentina national anthem here in Mendoza, and it is set up for what is a crucial match in Pool B between England and Argentina. The two teams just shaking hands, and then we are down to business on a very, very hot afternoon here in Western Argentina. Well, in team news, Maddie Hinch has to wait another game for her 50th cap because Kirsty Mackay gets the nod in goal from Danny Kerry. Sophie Bray, who left the pitch on crutches on Sunday, is kitted up. She has warmed up and she is on the bench for this one. There is Danny Kerry up in the stands looking down, and his team are going to have a hard match against the defending champions, Las Leonas, Argentina. And keep your eye out for number 8, Luciana Aymar, 8 times World Player of the Year, the heartbeat of this Argentina lineup. And if she gets fouled, the whole stadium will be on the case of the offending player. Just the 2 goals though for Argentina in this competition so far. Santiago Capurro, well, he's in charge of the Champions Trophy team for the very first time, taking over from Carlos Vitegi, who stepped down after the World Cup. Our 2 umpires, Chico Soma from Japan, and from Australia, Lisa Roach. So there is the view from the main stand, looking down towards the city of Mendoza. Valenzucci, the Argentina goalkeeper, has had a good tournament so far. The crowd count down the clock. We're almost ready to go in this final Pool B match. And Argentina get us underway, attacking the goal to our left-hand side in their home strip of the blue and white stripes, black skirt, black socks. England in the all-red, and remember, England must avoid a 2-0 defeat to finish above Germany in the Pool B table. If this finishes in a 2-0 Argentina win, then England and Germany will be tied for games won, goals scored, goals conceded, and so we'll have to come back tomorrow for a shootout. And Germany scored a goal 5 seconds from the end of their match against Argentina. That just makes it a little bit more nerve-wracking for England should they concede the first goal here. But alongside me in the commentary box for this one, the former England and Great Britain player Mel Clulo. Mel, a totally different day here today. Not a cloud in the sky, the sun beating down. It's a different kettle of fish for playing hockey in, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, but these players will be used to it. They're used to coming to foreign countries, certainly the England team. They've really impressed me in this tournament. They've come here with a few new players that haven't experienced a tournament like this before, and how they deal with this crowd. It's really important that England quieten this crowd early. If this crowd gets behind Argentina, it could be a long game.
What will also come to England's aid is the fact that this match is now, or the matches here are in 4 quarters. So in this sort of heat, it's not such a long slog as England get into the circle. First shot on target, and it's dragged just wide by Jo Lee. And that's a really good opportunity for the England striker, but she just can't make Suchi work.
No, it's fantastic play. It's a good lead up front as well. I think Hannah McLeod clearing the space, and Jo Lee will be certainly, her confidence would have built on that, and I think the team as well. It shows that this Argentine defence isn't as good as it may appear on paper.
Unsworth takes the sideline ball into Townsend. Townsend up to Lee. Lee tries to find Quack. It actually breaks for Gilbert off the stick of Gomez Fantasia. And Argentina will go around the back. In fact, there's no width for Argentina around the back, so they have to come back into the traffic, and England win the sideline ball. And Sam Quack hasn't taken it from the right place. Oh, Jo Lee, sorry, hasn't taken it from the right place, and that the sort of errors that England really need to eradicate from their game. Nice little reach round tackle from Lily Owsley, and now Argentina have the width to their game, but it's at the back, and forward it comes from Delia, who's such a good player and she's found Morfina Marino. Just drops it out to Cedrez. Cedrez goes back down that left line and feeds it back in to Carla Rebecki, but Rebecki loses out and England come away with the ball. Owsley. It's a little check from Delia. A seasoned veteran is Delia, and kind of almost gets away with that one. This is the 23rd meeting between England and Argentina as Aymar gets her first touch on the ball, and you can hear the crowd just getting a little bit excited as the golden goal of Argentinian hockey gets on the ball. Arguably the best player ever to have played the women's game. And a round of applause as she goes to the far side to take the long corner. Aymar to the circle edge on the reverse stick, and that's a good save from Mackay, but that is the sort of thing that Aymar can do.
Yeah, when Luciana Aymar's on her game, she is without doubt a world-class player, and I would agree with you. I think there's two players that I've played against that are probably the best. She is one of them, Alison Annan is another one, and it's just their ability to change the game. I think the difference with Alison Annan is she played in the golden era of Australian hockey, but I mean, you can see here it's the stick skills, the quickness of the hands, and you don't really realise how fast she is until you watch the players trying to track back on her.
Against Australia on Sunday, Argentina were one down. They weren't having much of the game. She popped up in the circle, got the equaliser, and you can imagine what the crowd did here in the stadium in Mendoza. But she is that key. She can, as you say, just turn a game through a piece of skill. And that goal on Sunday actually meant we ended up with all four matches finishing 1-1. Quite extraordinary day here on day two of the Champions Trophy in Mendoza. And day three, well, as I say, started with a 3-1 win for Australia over Germany in the same pool as these two. Lovely ball, picks out Owsley. And Owsley does have that ball down the line to Bray, and Bray just can't bring it under control. It'll be interesting to see how Sophie Bray moves. She seems to be moving okay. It was the right ankle that she got a hit on, and it really ballooned up, but the England team have really been working hard to get her back out on the park. Still no Alex Danson. She is in the stands watching. Hasn't recovered from that knock as Argentina break into the circle with Luchetti. Luchetti's ball in. And England unable to get it away for the time being. Here's a chance now on the reverse stick. Great shot. And coming across was Rebecki, but Mackay kept her concentration. The reverse stick shot coming in from Delfino Marino, and there's the reverse stick cross. Not five, England didn't go five, sorry, before it went into the circle from Marino.
It's a great reverse stick shot, and I think the pleasing thing, Kirsten Mackay's confidence is also going to be up there. She's done 3 things in this game so far, and both of them have been confident, and she's cleared the ball well away from danger.
Yeah, just going back to Alex Danson. If you weren't with us on Sunday, she picked up an injury on Saturday when she ran into the back of Anna Flanagan and had to be stretchered from. There's a chance though for England. Shot, goal! England lead by a goal to 0, and it's Sophie Bray off the medical table and giving England this perfect start after 5 minutes and 50 seconds. It's England 1, Argentina 0.
It's a great drive by Susanna Townsend through the midfield, and she splits the Argentine defence with the pass. Brilliant play by Sophie Bray. Wasn't put off by the defender coming back trying to create the shave tackle. Brilliant start by England, exactly what they needed.
Well, Sophie Bray's ankle will be feeling a whole lot better now. That is for sure. And now the crowd start to try and lift their team, but you could hear a pin drop as soon as that ball hit the backboard. England off to a great start. Now, can they maintain the game plan, the level? Here is Barrenuevo under pressure from McLeod. Anyway, as we were saying about Alex Danson, will try and get the news away as England almost look to break again. Danson picked up a knock running into the back of Anna Flanagan. She was stretchered from the park at half-time in the match, and a couple of scans later dispatched from hospital, but the doctor was with her all night, waking her up every 2 hours to make sure she was okay as Amar turns on the skill, and spent almost 48 hours in a darkened room trying to get better. She is here watching, but the concussion rule for the FIH is no action for 7 days, so effectively rules her out of the rest of the tournament. Shipley for England, firing it into the top of the circle. Bray's there again. Lovely little ball in from Bray, but it's up off the stick of Baranoevo. England got to keep the tempo up. Bray under the shoulder again, but nobody there in a red shirt, and it's cleared away by Agustina Habib. Little ball into Haycroft. Haycroft loses out. And here come Argentina, but there's nobody in front of the ball carrier, who is Lichetti. And Lichetti goes for the turn ball. It's been deflected wide. And in fact, it's an England sideline ball, not 5. Got to be careful here, Argentina. They don't want to. And Ansley's just having that exact conversation with Chico Soma as to perhaps that should have been a card, but you don't want to see that from players. You know, the umpire is there, they know the rules, and perhaps Chico Soma giving the benefit of the doubt to the Argentina player.
It's a basic rule. You know you've got to be 5 from the ball.
Soroga, Amar, they're in round the back again, and well, Romang went for goal from a very acute angle, and that probably came to England's aid. The problem that Chico Soma has now got, she set the bar for herself, that players don't have to retreat 5. Good work by McCallum, and this is Shipley. And Argentina have won it back, and McCallum comes through the back of Sanchez. Sanchez has the ball in the shape of Scaroni. Scaroni takes it quickly, and we're back outside for an Argentina hit. England have got to be 5, they are 5. Amar drops her hands down the stick, but doesn't really get any connection. McLeod to Unsworth. There's no lead up the line, is there? No, and Argentina win it back. Amar off the right foot of Laura Unsworth. Sanchez with the free hit to Delia, and Argentina looking to try and finish this first quarter on the front foot. And I'm sure Argentina aren't too bothered about the couple of yards, they just want to keep the momentum up. Delia, charged down by McLeod, he's picked up a knock. McLeod's gone down. And England could ill afford any more injuries to their forwards, with Danson and Bray. And now McLeod's going to be hauled off, but she doesn't want to come.
Just smacked her on the top of the foot, or the bit of the shin pad that doesn't quite meet the shoe. You can see her disappointment though when the physio comes on, but you can also understand with the injuries that they've had to cope with as a medical team. Just got to make sure that Hannah McLeod's fine, and she will be.
She's just shaking her head as she comes off. Delia with the free hit. Fires it in. Is there a deflection in there? England have done well so far. Argentina want the penalty corner. It's been given, and there's no real dispute from the players in red. So Delia, Baranoevo are the players to watch out for Argentina.
It's the initial crash ball in by Delia, but it's Marino jabs the ball onto Ansley's foot. She wasn't sure if the
Nuevo! And that's off the player running in, and England are convinced of the foot. And it is an England ball, last off the Lisa Roach on the near side, helping out Chico Soma on the far side. Soma shielded from the incident, so couldn't make the call.
Argentina going for the deflection, whether it's Barrenuevo not quite putting the ball in the correct spot or not, but it's brilliant defending to block the space that they wanted to use.
Scaroni fires it in, and that's good work from Mackay. Done well so far. 2:50 remaining in the first quarter. England 1, Argentina 0. Sophie Bray with the goal almost 6 minutes into the first quarter. Since then, Argentina have sort of been building ahead of steam. Georgie Twig, rather aimless ball forward, turns possession back over, and here come Argentina again. And well, it wasn't a great first touch by Romang, because England was stretched at the back, and rather than keep possession, she tried to play it inside. Bray led infield.
Touch was from outside of the circle, but Kirsten Mackay taking no chances.
Lovely pick up from Rebecca. Rebecca into Twig. It's better from Georgie Twig, and she's gone down under the challenge, and now Jo Lee goes to work. Jo Lee bringing it forward up to the halfway line, tries to play it forward, but it's off the stick of, or the foot of Florencia Habib, and England have themselves the free hit with 90 seconds or so remaining in the first quarter. A quarter which has seen them take the lead, and Danny Carey and Sam Quack, the captain for England, will be hoping that the side can go into the break with the lead intact. Quack with not many options, plays it into the stick and off the body of Romang, and now they look to go round the back. And Webb to Shipley. Shipley's ball is touched out of play, and now forward goes Owsley. Unlucky from Lily Owsley. It's an Argentina ball. England need to get back behind the ball. Argentina in no real rush to take this one. Inside the final minute. And the poor touch from Barrenuevo should mean England see out the rest of time. But it's been a great start, Mel Clulo, for England.
It has. They've been positive. They've pretty much had one chance and they've scored it, and that will make Argentina think without doubt. Since that goal, yes, Argentina are building up the momentum, but Kirsten Mackay's been solid at the back. Holly Webb, Laura Unsworth looking good from an England perspective at quarter time.
Argentina have been playing much better than this in the previous two games, so they do have gears to find. And England have successfully negotiated the opening 15 minutes, and the opening quarter is theirs. What a start from England. Argentina have it all to do. Sophie Bray, the goal scorer, which means it's quarter time. England lead by 1-0. But interestingly, Danny Carey has taken his team to the far side of the pitch for the quarter-time chat. Perhaps they're going to be turning on the sprinkler, or to come away from the cameras. So Argentina don't know what they are talking about. And canny operator, Danny Carey.
Small percentages make a difference.
Well, England leading by 1-0. Well, Santiago Capurro and his team, as we see the highlights of this first half. And from an Argentina perspective, there haven't been that many. This will be the tackle where Twig goes down. Oh well, our local TV provider not showing us the England goal instead of Amar on her trip forward, but England did score a goal in there. That would go down as a highlight. Argentina get this second quarter underway, attacking the goal to our left-hand side. Sophie Bray with the tackle. What do you think Danny would say at quarter time, and also what Santiago Capuri would have said?
I think Danny Carey would be pleased with the first quarter performance, definitely. I think he'll just want a few things tightened up in the middle of the field. England giving away possession, trying to do the right thing, which is attack Argentina. But when you're running down the middle of the pitch, you've really got to be 100% on the passes. From Argentina's perspective, I think they've got to keep putting the ball into the circle.
And there is the ball into the circle, which Mackay gets away. And Argentina starting really positively in this second quarter. That's brought away by Bray. Here's that ball in. It's a dangerous ball in as well.
See a lot of teams crashing the ball in. The pitch has been really bouncy in certain areas, and I think teams back themselves to put the trap under pressure.
Here goes Delfina Marino. She couldn't quite bring the ball under control. Comes all the way in, 16. Also the crash ball in, almost a hangover from the own goal rule. Any touch in the circle, if it went in, it was a goal. So England and Lily Owsley venture into the Argentina 25 for the first time in the quarter. They can't maintain any sort of pressure as Habib wins a free hit. It's a wasted ball forward from Argentina as they look to try and turn the screw. And that's poor ball from Twig, and it's put England on the back foot here. Luchetti, brave tackle from Quack, an important tackle, but Argentina still have options here. Aymar into the circle, Aymar still going back across, up off Unsworth, penalty corner. Aymar's at it again. Chika Soma couldn't see, and Lisa Roach in fact gave it from this near side. Good teamwork again from the officials.
It's just so great to see Aymar in full flow, to be honest. She's taken on 2 or 3 England defenders out wide, and it's just so difficult when you think you're in with a chance of jabbing the ball or making a tackle. She's got the ability to lift it over. She gets her head up, and it's a speculative ball across, but Unsworth under pressure from Rebecca, knowing that she's behind. Second corner of the game for Argentina.
And this time it's Luchetti and Delia at the top of the... It's Marino, scores! Carla Rebecca gets the goal and sends the Argentina fans into rapture. Straight forward from Argentina. Aymar won it, and Rebecca's finished it off.
Goes to the far castle, and she really whips the ball round, uses the momentum and her whole body weight last minute to open up the wrists and put it into the stick side of Kirsty Mackay in goal. It's gone like a bullet. It's probably one of the better corners that we've seen in this tournament so far.
Carla Rebecca then with her first goal of the tournament, and a well-worked penalty corner And Las Leones are back on level terms. Unsworth into Haycroft. Haycroft wins the free hit, which is taken quickly, and Lichetti and Haycroft link sticks, and Lisa Roach says play on. Santiago Capurro was doing his nut down on the sideline, and Delio actually had a quick word with Lisa Roach as well. Yeah, from a hockey fan's perspective, it's great to see Amar playing without injury. At the World Cup she was injured and in truth was carried by the team, and she did announce her retirement there, but bronze in The Hague, not enough. She wants to go out on top at home, so for a fourth or fifth time she's retiring as the ball comes firing across. Chance! Tell you what, that's a good save from the keeper, because she didn't know the whistle was going to be blown. Hannah McLeod with the shot, I think it was, and Suchi makes a fabulously quick reflex save with the left leg.
Again, it's the bouncing crash ball into the circle that's causing teams the problems. Sophie Bray there. Hannah McLeod, that's the position that she takes up. She's quite happy to be in there, getting involved. If she gets hit, but she's going to try and score obviously at the same time, and it is a great save.
And Amar's at it again into the England circle. Amar into Mackay, it's bounced up, swing and a miss from Rebecca, was it? Play on, says Chika Soma. And Carla Rebecca, with the goal at her mercy, didn't make connection with the ball. England living dangerously now.
Superb run again, isn't it? And just the speculative lift across. Mackay with the shot, and you'd expect Rebecca to
They're
put
in
that
there
in.
again, are Argentina, and Quack gets it out of the circle. It's all Argentina in the second quarter, and Amar's down in the middle of the England goal. Pretty innocuous coming together with Kirsty Mackay.
Looks like it's her arm.
And the fans cheering relief, I think, that Neymar's up. Let's have a little look at this. Wow.
Distraught she didn't score.
It's well picked out by Shruoga. And Argentina pour forward again. Rebecca, the goal scorer, on the reverse stick into the middle of the goal. And the follow-up shot saved by Mackay. And then it's a long corner. Kirsty Mackay being worked hard in the England goal.
Argentina have definitely upped the tempo of their game in this second quarter, though.
We said in the first, this was probably the worst quarter they'd played, and they had a few more gears to find. Well, they've certainly found one, probably two. Amar. Here she goes again. Luciana Amar this time runs into Susie Gilbert, who gets the ball free. Gilbert now to Owsley. Owsley taken down from behind, and we could have ourselves a card here. And it is a green card for Florencia Habib.
She definitely took the card for the team there, because Lily Owsley, when she's in full flow with the ball, is pretty unstoppable from that distance. 2-on-1 with the final defender. Happy to take the green card.
Valencia Habib with the green card. Her sister, Augustina, is also in the side. Romang into Gilbert. Gilbert does well. Gilbert away now. Here comes Luchetti chasing Susie Gilbert. Gilbert deciding to go by herself rather than the pass. Owsley was unmarked to her right. Good tackling back by McCallum. McCallum now over the 25, comes inside. There's Luchetti. England just not really getting the ball around the park. It's all a bit too individual at the moment. That's a lovely turn by Jolie. Lee into the circle. Lee got to hit the target and she doesn't. It was a wonderful piece of skill from Jolie, but the finished product was anything but. And we're seeing Amar's little wobble again. I'm not sure we're going to see too many England replays here this afternoon. Local director and producer, if he hadn't worked that one out already. And this is her 15th appearance in it, Amar's 15th appearance in the Champions Trophy. Habib's back on. And Argentina, here they go again, shots! And Rebecca is also up for it to underneath that one and puts it up and over the bar. Here goes Lee once more. Townsend into the corner, wins the sideline ball, and umpire wants it in the right spot. Into the circle it goes. Not 5. Chika Soma, I think, is being a little too specific in where she wants the ball. Doesn't help the game flow.
16-16 though.
Well, England have been turned. And back there trying to make the cover tackle is Ansley, and she does that. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. England won. Argentina won. England taking the lead in the first quarter, and Argentina getting back on level terms at the start of this second, and they have been the team in the ascendancy really since quarter time.
It's possibly been Argentina's best quarter of the tournament. They were slow starters against Germany and snuck the 1-0 victory, and then managed to get the equaliser against Australia quite late on in the game.
Shipley with a sideline ball. Oh, it's almost fallen nicely for Argentina. Townsend with a stick round the back, loses out and wins the free hit. She's going to leave the ball. It's the second time the player in blue and white has touched the ball after the whistle. Unsworth. Shipley. Oh dear, Shipley's been robbed by Marino, and England in problems here, and that's maybe the difference between, say, England as they've let Amar into the circle. Amar on a wobble. Amar was saved from Mackay, stuck underneath it, and England get it free. But that's the sort of difference between England and, say, Australia. Australia would pass it out of here, out of their own half. England seem to be taking it on themselves to get the ball, the individual to get it out of the half. Good tackle from Twig. Twig comes across, and Habib with another little stick tackle. Play on. No advantage really for England there. Certainly an advantage for Argentina, and that's off the foot of Amar, who looks in disbelief that the call's gone against her.
think part of England's problem as well is because Argentina are putting them so much under pressure, there isn't an option forwards for them. That's just a quick free hit by Amar. Owsley not quite alert to it. Kirsty Mackay thankfully was.
Here comes Amar again. And Shipley, she's going to have to play this because it was off her stick last. Shipley up against Amar. And a little push in the back from Amar. Here goes Townsend, just runs it out of play, and we approach the final 2 minutes of the first half. Just got a little scrappy in the last minute or so of the game.
It has, but I think one of the reasons England is trying to run the ball out is, as I was trying to say earlier, is they have got the stretch now with Owsley and Hannah McLeod playing much higher up the field, but when you're put under so much pressure, your forward line comes back thinking that they're going to help out the defence. Then when you pick the ball up, you don't have an option forwards, or you do have an option forwards, but it's 10 yards away, 15 yards away. I think with Australia and potentially with Argentina as well, they're quite happy to leave forwards high and actually stretch the play.
Unsworth into Haycroft, who's trying to spin out of 3 Argentina players, and well, England keep possession, but rather fortuitously. But then the ball up is away from McLeod. Chance here for England. Not for long. Nuevo snuffs it out. Michetti. Inside the final minute. And Marino can't keep it in play. Townsend just runs it out into a blue and white shirt. Amar wins the free hit. Forward she comes. Amar off the stick of Holly Webb. And here is Webb. 10 seconds remaining in the half. England will be delighted to get to the break, having conceded just the one in that second quarter. There's going to be no rush. There is the half-time hooter, and Argentina, a much better quarter from them. They've scored an equaliser through Carla Rebecki, and the half-time score is England 1, Argentina 1. Luciana Amar just having a conversation with Chika Soma, the umpire from Japan. But I think Danny Kerry will be pretty happy with the way things have gone in this first half, although England were coming under quite a lot of pressure towards the middle and end of that second quarter. Argentina deservedly back on level terms for all their pressure. England 1, Argentina 1, the half-time score here in Mendoza. I can't hear you, Bob. Well, I didn't then. Yeah, I could, but you go in and out. You're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. So I don't know. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to Mendoza, where at half-time in this Pool B match, it's England 1, Argentina 1. England taking the lead on the 7th minute through Sophie Bray. Carla Rebecca with a ferocious penalty corner 11 minutes later, levelling things up, and Argentina building up a head of steam in that second quarter. As we see some of the highlights from the match, here is the opening goal from Sophie Bray, keeping cool, calm and collected to stick it under Suchi in the Argentina goal. Perfect start for England, but this is a response from Rebecca. She's really ripped into this one, and nothing that Kirsty Mackay can do going away to her right-hand side. And Luciana Aymar been at her very best here today. It's one of the better games, or the best game probably we've seen from her. Chances at both ends. Jolie should have done a bit better with that one. And Carla Rebecca has also been prominent for Argentina. So here are the stats from the first half. 13 penetrations for Argentina, 5 for England, 7-3 on shots. So Argentina dominating possession and territory. But it's the top one that matters the most. Mel Clulo, who's still alongside me, and England are doing a good job, but they need to be careful here because Argentina seem to be going through the gears. So don't forget, we're on social media, facebook.com/FI Hockey. You can like us there on Twitter at FIH_hockey. Use the hashtag CT2014. And we're also on Instagram at FI Hockey and YouTube at FI Hockey as well. So get on your tablets, smartphones, whatever you like, and please interact with us. Let's get social. Let us know what you think about the competition, about this match. It's a really close affair. The defending champions, Las Leonas, going behind but giving England a real good run for their money in the second quarter. And the Argentinian fans lapping up the glorious weather. Lovely afternoon to watch hockey. Probably not so nice to play. It's very, very hot. And the teams making their way back onto the pitch. And Mel, what do you think Danny Carey would have said at half-time to the team? Need to try and remain as positive as possible in this second half, which is about a minute away from getting underway. And the team's out nice and early. We've seen a couple of teams being a little slow out of the half-time and quarter-time breaks and almost getting caught. But Kirsty Mackay's had a good game between the posts for England. Luciana Aymar has been on fine form, and how much more has she got in the locker? But Suchi hasn't really been called upon in the first half, and it's England's job just to try and work the Argentina keeper a little bit more. The defence is going to have to be robust for England in this second half. Argentina will be cheered on by the fans here in the stadium as we look down from our commentary position onto the pitch. It's England through Jolie that get this second half underway. attacking the goal to our left-hand side. It's England 1, Argentina 1. If you're just joining us, England took the lead in the 7th minute through Sophie Bray, who's done really well just to be on the pitch. Left the stadium on crutches on Sunday night. The England medical team have been working very, very hard to get the forward fit for today. She started on the bench, but she came off the bench to score the opener. And then in a second quarter where Argentina were turning the screw, they won a penalty corner to Luciana Aymar, and Carla Rebecki finished it off with a wonderful drag flick into the right-hand side of Kirsty Mackay's goal. And here is Bray picking the ball up in front of Marino, and then trying to feed it down the line to Townsend. Well, Townsend's got hold of the ball. Here it comes on the reverse stick. Oh, wow, what a touch that was from Lily Owsley. And has that come off the post or off the keeper? It's come off Suchi, who's made a brilliant save. Well, we said England need to try and test her a bit more in this second half, and they've tested her inside the opening 90 seconds. And England starting brightly. That was a great touch from Lily Owsley.
It's a great cross in by Susanna Townsend, and the ball's almost behind Owsley. She does exceptionally well to get something on it. I mean, that's an absolutely fantastic deflection, and great left foot by
here goes Owsley now into the circle on the reverse stick, misses. She's pulled it wide, and England are carving themselves out some really good opportunities here, and you feel that they've got to take one of them soon, because Argentina, well, we've seen what they can do in the second quarter.
I think Owsley's going to be really disappointed with that. At minimum, you'd expect her to put it on the floor if she's going to go across goal.
Well, and put it on the target.
At least if it goes across goal, you've got people there prepared to put the ball in on the back post.
Townsend. He's been a live wire at the start of this second half. Fires it into the circle off Argentina's stick, and England have the long corner. Here is Lee, off the back foot, into the top of the circle. Bray, off her leg, and Argentina have the hit. Well, we said at the start of the match that England need to avoid a 2-0 defeat to ensure they finished above Germany. Well, that now moves to 4-1 because of the goal that England have scored. Argentina through to Chetty. This is out to Unsworth. Unsworth back to McCallan. And it's Argentina sideline ball. Delia. It's well picked off. Oh, that's absolutely fine by Jo Lee. She hasn't got much support here, Lee. Here comes Townsend. Townsend through the middle, still going. Townsend, lovely work from Townsend, and she wins the free hit, and that's a really good engine from Susanna Townsend. Lee to the edge of the circle. Townsend still going, and it's gone against Lee.
Good defensive play initially by Jo Lee. Argentina may be appealing for the ball hitting the body, but I think it hit Jo Lee's hand, which is on the stick. Good decision by the umpires and a great counter-attack by England.
To the floor goes Marino, is it? Or Becky? Either way, Argentina, got to be careful there. Can't start swinging the stick around like that. Gomez Fantasia. And Lisa Roach just asking for a bit of calm. And it comes. And no deflection. Becky trying to lead.
So this is Townsend's break through the midfield. Thought initially she'd run into trouble because she ran back into the Argentina players. Just couldn't quite get the final pass off to Bray.
Forward it is to Aymar. And the deflection goes to Argentina on their left flank. Back to Aymar, who has Unsworth for company. Little drop off for Lucetti. And Haycroft gives away the penalty corner. And that's something that England can ill afford to do. Haycroft testing her innocence. And Sam Quirk having a chat with Lisa Roach, but just can't knock the ball away like that.
The whistle's long gone.
So, another penalty corner, another opportunity here for Argentina. Rebecca, too high. They're going upstairs, they are going upstairs. They are claiming for height, I think, here, are they not?
Yeah, okay, no worries, that's fine. Annika? Yes, they're just saying that this was above the knee. Can you just check it for us, please? Yeah, that's not. I will check if the ball is above the knee, thank you. Thank you.
Let's have another look at this from behind the goal. Did look high.
Ellie Watton running very bravely. Immediately, once play was carrying on, she immediately asked for the referral. She will know where it's hit her on the body. The hard bit will be the fact that she's in the air. So she's jumped off the ground. So.
But I guess the point being is if it's above the knee and she's off the ground, then it has to be too high.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way too high.
I have an answer for you. Yep. The ball was above the knee. The ball was above the knee. Okay, and they're within 5 meters, so a first hit out, and they hit their referral. Yeah, it was within 5 meters. They keep their referral, 3 hits out.
Good referral from England. They retain their referral. And the most relieved player, probably Sarah Haycroft.
Just great #1 running by Ellie Watton.
Who incidentally is the second highest, well no, she's the highest goal scoring member in Champions Trophy of the current squad with 2, both scored here. Alex Danson has more but is not playing. The other players, goals to their name: Susie Gilbert, Hannah McLeod and Georgie Twigg all have 1. And Sophie Bray, of course. Ansley. Well, trying to go around Marino, but could only give possession away. And here goes Sluoga. Good tackle back by Ansley. Lovely ball up to Watton. Watton has McLeod in front of her. And her beef comes in with a rather ugly looking challenge, which initially there was advantage play, but they're not going to go and have a chat with her. And was the ball knocked away there? England with the free hit. 5 metres out. Ansley In it comes, and deflected away by Habib. Long corner England. Just gone past the midpoint of the third quarter. Still England 1, Argentina 1. Townend, lovely bit of work from Townend. Long corner. Lee, nice bit of skill from Joe Lee, run off it by Sruoga. Taken quickly by Haycroft. Chance here, ball across. There's another chance. Hannah McLeod with the tip, but can't find the target.
It's a great cross by Joe Lee. Again, it's in the air, and Hannah McLeod gets a fantastic touch on the ball. Just couldn't direct it goalwards.
Pleasing thing from an England perspective is that they are creating opportunities. We discussed on the way up here this morning, didn't we? We wondered where goals might come from with Danson not playing, but they've certainly showed that they can create the opportunities here today. Just need to try and finish some off.
They're also getting players in the right positions. It is just that final touch. Maybe your hands aren't quite strong enough on the stick, but as you say, they're creating chances and they're getting people in the right place.
Earlier on in the week it was the final pass. That now seems to have righted itself. Now it's the final touch. So they are improving here, England. It's a beef again. That's a number of times she's left the stick in. You'd imagine she must be walking some sort of tightrope. Here is Augustine Habib, the younger sister, Aymar, who's been rather quiet in this second half so far. As I say that, she pulls out some superlative pass down the line to Ramang, but not on this occasion.
Seems to be playing a little bit deeper though in this second half. Saw her more on the forward line in the first half, causing problems in and around the England circle. I think it's one of those where she goes where she wants to go, and if Argentina are under pressure, she comes back to help out, and if Argentina are in the ascendancy, she'll go and stand up front.
Just no real options there for Zoe Shipley. It's better. And you see that spare play, you've got to give it straight away. It can be no second thought because, oh dear, that's a very poor pass out of defence. There's absolutely nobody in red within 10 yards of that pass. Aymar brings it forward. They're in round the back here now. Luchetti, if she can pull it back. Luchetti still going. Across it comes. It's in front of Mackay. And they can't get it clear. Sruoga. That's a brilliant pick. It's Ansley who's picked it up. That could have been going goal bound. Sideline ball taken quickly. Argentina now starting to build the sort of pressure they built in the second quarter. England having had the better of the first half of this third quarter. Habib to Baranuevo. Baranuevo, a little deflection round from Caballero. There's some lovely individual skill on show for Argentina. Sideline ball, which Caballero would take. Caballero trying to come up and inside Townsend. Townsend does well.
This is Luchetti's drive along the baseline. Just pops it up into a danger area, make the goalkeeper do something, but Kirsten Mackay alert. Great pick by Ansley, and off she set on the counter-attack.
Here come Argentina again. Unsworth having a chat with Lisa Roach, but she's got a knuckle down here. Save that chat for when possession's down the other end. Aymar drags it back, looking for the foot, not coming. England get it away. It's with Haycroft. Argentina camped out in the England 25 right now. Lifted ball. Oh, Argentina ball. Aymar And they come, Delia. So Gomez, Fantasia. On the reverse stick is Roman. And now England can bring it away. Holly Webb does well. Shipley gets the deflection off Shruoga, so it relieves pressure for England as we enter the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Bray takes it quickly. Bray trying to go round her marker, and it's well picked off by Gomez. Gomez has Rebecca in front of her. She's going to drop it back out to Balanueva, who'll fire it across to the other side of the pitch. Plenty of space for Sanchez to work in. Aerial ball thrown by Delia, and Kwek wants it to come down, and Amar looks a little tired now. It doesn't mean she won't produce something magical in the latter stages. But a lovely ball inside, but that was a perfect ball. If that had gone to stick, Lee was in. Susanna Townsend's having a good game.
She is. I think it's the change of pace from midfield is what's causing Argentina the problems. She's got an exceptionally quick over 5 yards, and that's what's beating Argentina at the moment.
Good tackle from Webb. Inside to Gilbert, who's dispossessed by Rebecca. Forward from Rebecca, and that's a good touch from Unsworth. Unsworth brings it away, drops it into Townsend, not there. Townsend loses out, and here goes Sanchez. Sanchez and Townsend's given away the free hit, which is taken quickly by Argentina. Into the circle they go. Unsworth down and low, trying to get the ball away, but England have conceded a penalty corner. And it all really came about by Susanna Townsend trying to have too many touches in a defensive position. It needed to be the one touch to control, the next touch to get it on its way.
Yeah, probably the curse of the commentator, but Delfino there with didn't really have any other options. I think it's a good piece of skill. Unsworth will be disappointed that she's not quite managed to get her left hand low on the floor, but she obviously felt she's in with the chance of winning it there and got the composure just to roll it on the foot. Delia
is to the right, Helen Castle. It's gone to Rebecca, who's missed it totally, and this could work out for Argentina, but Delia's shot well saved by Mackay. Cross it comes, that needed to be touched away by Webb, and it was. Time is about to elapse, and England do well not to concede at the death of the third quarter. No addition to the score here. It's set up nicely for the final 15 minutes. It's England 1, Argentina 1. Well, Mel Clulo, England doing well to survive that late rally by Argentina, but they had the better of the first part of quarter 3.
Yeah, they did. They had Owsley's deflection, then she had another reverse stick shot, Hannah McLeod's half touch as well. There are really positive signs. I think we need to remember that there are some new faces out there with not a lot of caps. Some of them, it's the first time they've been in Argentina playing in this environment, this atmosphere, and I think they've accounted for themselves really well. The difference in the scoreline, really, from an England perspective, is Kirsty Mackay in goal, who's probably having the best game she's ever played for England at the moment.
So there you go. The England huddle. They've got the ENG camera out for this one, but Argentina going through the gears. See if we can listen in to Danny Kerry.
Let's throw pressure, throw the ball back, get in behind, okay? Mix it up. Right, when the ball is wide, we are going too far away from the wide play. We can't manage our race. All right, move in receipt. You're just coming and shaving the ball. Move in receipt, girls. Be strong. Okay, we've had our opportunities. Yep, believe in what we do. Generate the movement.
As always, wise words from Danny Kerry. Here are the highlights of the match so far. England taking the lead through Sophie Bray. Really well taken goal by Sophie Bray.
It was one touch to control and one touch to take the shot. Under pressure from the Argentine defender coming back, but kept her head down, focused on the ball. Goal, and then this is, I mean, it's brilliant by Rebecca. Lily Owsley's line is taking one side of the goal. Kirsty Mackay will definitely have been unsighted, there's no doubt about that, but to have that ability to whip the ball round so quickly for someone that is so small shows that it's not always about brute force.
Well, Argentina a little slow off the blocks, and England can take advantage if the pass had been good enough. But fortunately, from an Argentina's perspective, Maria Josefina Soroga got a stick in. But Argentina almost embarrassed there from the restart. And we've seen that a couple of times today. Extraordinary, really. The umpire's blowing the whistle, you know, when they should. Quack to the top of the circle. Well, it's a great ball, but there's nobody there. Everyone had run their lines in towards Suchi in the Argentina goal. I think that's about 4 or 5 times that teams have been a little slow off the mark after the quarter-time break. It seems extraordinary, doesn't it? You thought there'd be one person looking at the clock going, right, guys, you've got to get out there now.
It's not as though it's a new rule either, is it? It's happened a lot this year, World Cup as well. I am surprised that it's happening as frequently as it is.
Ansley back to Webb. This is Quack. Quack, oh, tried to fire it into McCallum. It was behind her. McCallum's done well to keep possession, though. She's under pressure here, McCallum. Good work from McCallum. Allowed to take it quickly. Here is Gilbert. Gilbert onto Bray. Bray onto the reverse stick side. Little hand in the back, perhaps, by Habif. Yes, penalty corner given by Lisa Roach on the near side. The crowd don't like it, but there was a hand.
Well, there's no referral by Argentina, so I think it's clear. You can see Sophie Bray here. Stick's not even on the floor, is it? There's no attempt to play the ball. It's definitely just an attempt to play the player.
Yeah, that's the best angle to see it from. So a chance for Argentina, England, their first penalty corner of the match. Ansley and Quack at the top of the circle. Can England put in a penalty corner? Ansley forwards. Suchi makes a rather straightforward save, and the stadium erupts. At least they got it on target there, England. Forced the keeper into the save. Here is Ansley. Cross it comes, away from Watton, but falls to Lee. Lee into Watton, deflected behind by Shuoga. Again, another good start to a quarter here by England. It's been a really positive game for them. They've just got to keep it tight at the back, because Argentina, they just have those individuals that can just turn on the flare and change a game. Good tackle from Watton. Watton into Townsend. He continues to play well in midfield, and it comes to Watton. Watton, can she get away? The snapshot from the back foot. Suchi clears. It's a poor clearance to Lee, but Lee can't put a stick on the ball. Townsend runs in to Sanchez. He makes the tackle, and Baron Nuevo will take the hit. Here's the penalty corner.
Yeah, I think Suchi would definitely be disappointed had that gone in, but she's kind of falling to the floor. She wasn't overly strong.
Gilbert perhaps a little fortunate not to get it in the head. Bray again leading with the shoulder, this time Valencia Habif. That's a lovely ball. Chance here for England on the reverse stick. Half a chance, and the snapshot from Gilbert, and Suchi saves with the right leg. Another really good opportunity for England, and they've got to hope they don't live to regret missing these chances. Lovely skill from Gilbert. Another chance for England, but a full stretch diving McCallum can't keep possession. Haycroft upended by a stick, play on. Here comes Rebecca. Amar, in she comes. Queck with the tackle. Well played, Sam Queck. And this is end-to-end stuff. It's fascinating to watch.
Another shot on target by England. It was the high transfer ball initially from Ansley to McCallan. Question mark on whether there's a stick tackle there, but great advantage played by the umpire. And again, the only slight criticism would be put the ball onto the far side, aim at Suchi's left foot. Any rebounds will then fall back into the circle for others to pick up the rebounds.
Habib lays it off. Little spin, in it comes. Mackay with a big left boot gets it away. And I think if Danny Kerry's team don't take something from this, he'll be very, very disappointed, because they have had the opportunities. Well, they've got in front once, and arguably they could have and should have gone in front again. Long corner now, which Amar will take. Amar up against Twig, wins the free hit. Twig's got to be careful. Good work from Twig. Lucky, or quick thinking anyway, not to give away the penalty corner by staying where she was. Amar was looking for that. Chetty! Haycroft off her foot, penalty corner. And having had so much of the play, for the opening 6 minutes of this quarter, England now on the back foot.
Yeah, they've definitely had their fair share of the opportunities, there's no doubt about it, but it's this crash ball in, again, slightly bobbling, we've said it often enough. But Delfino makes the trap on the far post and just rolls it onto Haycroft's foot.
Delia and Rebecca at the top of the circle. Delia at the left-hand castle, Rebecca to the right. It's gone to Rebecca once more. No, this is Delia. Deflected in. Hannah McLeod get the last touch. Delia fired it in from the top of the circle. We'll have to wait and see who's got the touch. Could have come off Hannah McLeod, but they've run the switch.
The dummy at the top by Rebecca's not great. I think it's the bobbling ball that's come off Hannah McLeod's stick. This will be the angle that tells us. Hannah McLeod, unfortunately, deflecting the bobbling ball over Kirsty Mackay.
Well, that will go down as Delia's goal, being the last attacking player to touch it. Although Marino was in attendance with McLeod, it did look like it was McLeod's last touch, but the dubious goals committee, I'm sure, will let us know in good time. So England have got to come from behind here. They've got to try and regroup. They've certainly had enough of it. Haycroft lost out. Luchetti into the circle. And loses control, 16. Twig up that right flank. Tries to roll it forward to Owsley, but nothing coming. Amar finds a little bit of space, plays it out to that left flank, and England's got to keep their heads up here because they played really, really well thus far. For the chance here perhaps for Argentina to give it a 2-goal cushion. England have only won one of the last 5 meetings against Argentina, 4-2 in London in the World Hockey League round 3, and the summer of 2013. They drew at the World League finals here in Tucumán in Argentina this time last year. England won that on a shootout, but their last meeting was in The Hague at the World Cup, which Argentina won by 2-1. Lovely work from Bray, taken down, but apparently the ball was got. Now Owsley sees the ball disappear off the end of the park. Play on. And Argentina come away with the ball through Aymar. Aymar still going, space on this right-hand side for Argentina. This is Romang. Romang tries to set up Shipley. Goes round Shipley, but can't get round Unsworth. He gets it strong and plays it to Bray. There goes Romang trying to feed it into Rodriguez Perez, the skipper. Shipley into Twig, and there's real traffic there. And advantage just being played while Lisa Roach sees what happens. And England get the free hit, and here comes McLeod now. McLeod with Bray in support and Gilbert in support. Still Hannah McLeod has churned Barrenuevo, who steals it off Hannah McLeod. Hannah McLeod wants to be substituted, just asking the bench. And Joe Lee is going to come on. Hannah McLeod looks rather tired below us. Who wouldn't be after running around for 55 metres in 30 degrees? This is Unsworth. Quack. Captain play by Unsworth. And that's a lovely turn by Gilbert. Gilbert now, head up. Can she find the cross? Yes, she can. Deflected goalwards, but it's wide of the target from Sophie Bray.
It's great skill by Susie Gilbert here onto the backhand. Sophie Bray does well to get in front of Barrenuevo and get the touch, but unfortunately couldn't get the ball on target.
Marino to Aymar and Townsend. Townsend gets it in a second attempt. And there's going to be a card here with Susanna Townsend. Didn't see what colour that was. I was looking side on. I think it's green, but we'll get confirmation of that. It's the first one there. She gets it in the second attempt, but not the first. We'll get confirmation of that. In it comes. It's in. The deflection from Luchetti. England 1, Argentina 3. And it comes moments after Susanna Townsend was sent to the bench. Nothing that Kirsty Mackay can do there. And England now trail by 2 goals. Perhaps a little harsh on their performance.
It's a crash ball in, and that's absolutely fantastic. It's what Owsley tried earlier, but she's used the pace of the delivery by Delia and just played the ball behind her back. Absolutely world-class finish by a world-class player.
Rosario Luchetti, they're packed full of world-class players, Argentina. They're also packed full of experience. Susanna, it was a yellow card. I thought it might have been yellow. So England are going to be short-handed for the rest of the match. And remember now, if they lose by 4-1, well then we need to start getting the abacus out, because we might be coming back for a shootout possibly against Germany tomorrow. Lovely turn from Aymar. Aymar striding forward. England on the ropes here. And they've been carved wide open. And they managed to repel that one. It's all going horribly wrong here for England, and to be fair, their performance probably doesn't merit a 3-1 scoreline, but the difference between the two sides is Argentina are converting their chances and England simply aren't.
Aymar spins in the middle of the field. She's so difficult and hard to play against. They get a fantastic spin by Rebecca, and it's good cover defence by England.
Well, actually, I can tell you at the moment that England and Germany have, if the score stays the same, would have played 3, won 1, lost 2. England would have scored 3, conceded 6. Germany scored 2, conceded 5. So England are going through in 3rd place at the moment on goals scored. So if they concede another one, then Germany will go above them. So these final 2.5 minutes are absolutely key. And Argentina sensed that they could score a 4th. Rodriguez Perez, the skipper, fires it across. Argentina score the 4th, and England now need to find another goal. It's England 1, Argentina 4, and England are being torn apart in the final minutes of the 4th quarter. I think it's Marino who's got there again. England are going to go upstairs here. England are going upstairs.
England are questioning whether the ball moved 5 from the long corner, but again, it's the crash ball in. Player totally unmarked, Marino on the far post. Has the calmness and composure to flick the ball high. Nothing Mackay can do in goal. And with 2 minutes left on the clock, you can understand why England have gone to the referral.
There is a team referral from England.
So, let's see. Well, you can't tell if it's moved 5 from that angle.
The ball was the 4 or 5 meters over the circle.
Technically, the long corner mark is 5 yards from the baseline.
Well, then it's been hit before it's reached the line, so...
But the angle that
the angle
she's
she's
run it on a
running
run, it's... God. Certainly don't envy Fanica Alcomoda on this one.
Yep, Fanica. The 5 meters was okay, so the goal stands. Okay, so no reason to change my decision? No reason to change your decision.
Confirmation that the goal has been scored. And England now need to find a goal in the final 2 minutes. Susanna Townsend off the park, and they've conceded 2 goals in the 2.5 minutes of her 5 minutes so far. Twig. Sometimes sport is harsh, and this is one of those occasions, because England certainly on the performance, I would suggest, aren't 4-1 worse off than Argentina, but they're just that more sharp in front of goal, Argentina.
When you look at the caps that they've got out on the field as well, you do have, that definitely plays its part. Luchetti's probably got 150, Rebecca exactly the same, Amar's on 370. It's a steep learning curve for some of these players, but they would certainly learn from it, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, they got 12 players over 100 caps in their squad. England just with Alex Danson over 100, and Hannah McLeod, excuse me.
And Georgie Twig today.
And Unsworth, so there's 4. Habib down below us as we find into the last minute. England need a goal here, otherwise they'll be facing the team that finished top of Pool A, which could well be the Netherlands, who played Japan in the last match tonight. The Netherlands, who beat Japan 6-1 at the World Cup, are on level points with New Zealand at the top of Pool A. New Zealand taking China. But I don't think England will have too much to fear. The Dutch have not been playing well. And if England play like this, but don't concede penalty corners against the Dutch because of Marcia Pauwman, then they could have a chance.
England have played well in all 3 games. They really have, and of course they're going to be disappointed with the game. We heard Danny Kerry saying at 3/4 time, believe in yourselves, believe in what we're trying to do.
This could be important. We saw Germany score a goal 5 seconds before the end of their game that has seen them finish above England. That goal, very important. There is the final hooter, and Argentina are victorious against England. With all the goals, well, the damage really coming in the 4th quarter. It's England 1, Argentina 4. Wow, what a match for Argentina. Real despair for England. They're going to have to dust themselves off. They've got a day off tomorrow, and they'll be back in action on Wednesday. But Kirsty Mackay had a good game in between the posts for England. But in the end, it was, 3 goals in the final 9 minutes that did for England. All the damage coming towards the end of that 4th quarter. The goals scored by Delia from a penalty corner to Chetty and by Marino. It's England 1, Argentina 4, the final score. Well, Mel, they're going to be absolutely shell-shocked here, England, aren't they, after that 4th quarter performance?
Absolutely. You know, they went 1 goal ahead to start with, and it was really positive. And of course, there have been some positive signs, but you know, Rebecca scores from a penalty corner to put Argentina back in the game. And this was really the killer. It's a bobbly slap pass from Delia at the top. Yes, Hannah McLeod's under pressure by Marino, but it is the bobbling ball that she's slightly unbalanced, comes off the edge of her stick, and there's nothing that Kirsty Mackay can do in goal.
That 4th goal, from my quick maths, means Argentina finished top of the group. It's also saved us from coming back from a shootout tomorrow between Australia and Argentina. But this is that 4th goal, brilliantly taken. And I question maybe, why is she so unmarked on the back post?
I think this is the disappointing thing, is they've seen the move happen from the long corner. There's a small window, a small channel from the baseline. The ball's gone straight through there, and there's not an England player in that channel. I think there of course will be a number of questions that have been asked. No doubt about the yellow card to Susanna Townsend in that final 5 minutes could have played a part, because up to that point she'd had a very, very good game for England. She was very positive in a number of things going forwards, and like we said, if Kirsty Mackay hadn't played so well in goal, the scoreline could also have been a lot worse. So I think England, of course they're going to be disappointed, but I'm sure they'll pick up on the positives.
Well, while the Argentina fans celebrate, we're hoping that we're going to get a quick take on the match from Sam Quack, the England captain. There's her twin sister in the crowd. But Sam just down below us now, and it's good of her to step forward. Let's go down to Sarah Thomas now, who is with Sam Quack, the England captain.
Sam, a good start for you guys today. Were you pleased overall with the performance?
Yeah, I think again we started well. We're doing the right things. Just at the end there, you know, it's about concentration. And I think the last, 5-10 minutes showing that, and we're still, need to concentrate. And we're a young side, and we'll have to learn for that in the future.
And how hot was it out there for you today? Do you think that was a factor with the end of the last quarter?
Yeah, I mean, as expected, we've been here for over a week now. We've had the last 2 games been quite mild to what we expected. And, yeah, it's a hot day, but it's the same for both teams. So, again, it's a big learning curve for ourselves, and, concentration just cost us at the end there.
Perfect. Good luck with your next game. Thanks for the interview, Sam.
Yeah, good of Sam Quack to give us her thoughts, but real disappointment for England with the way they finished that game.
Definitely, but as she says, they're a young squad and they'll be looking to make the improvements, and I'm sure they will. The tournament starts on Thursday, really, with the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's the top of Pool A against the bottom of Pool B, but England, I think, up bottom of the pile. Very disappointing way for them to finish their opening, or their last pool game, but they're going to have to regroup for the quarterfinals. Final score, England 1, Argentina 4.